When it comes to disasters like the LA fires, it's often FEMA that provides the first round of federal funding and resources on the ground. The Trump administration is considering getting rid of FEMA, instead requiring individual states to fund their own disaster responses or at least get direct funding from other entities in the federal government. Cassie Simeon shows us.
This week during a cabinet meeting, Department of Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem had a suggestion.
We're going to eliminate FEMA, so we've got a lot to do.
And while her comments may have riled Democrats on Capitol Hill,
I think it's dangerous. It's the wrong idea at the wrong time.
This is an incredibly bad idea.
It's not the first time the Trump administration has suggested getting rid of FEMA. President Donald Trump saying this after touring the wildfire damage in Los Angeles back in January.
I say you don't need FEMA. You need a good state government. And when you have a problem in Los Angeles or when you have a problem even in the state of California, you have your own, essentially FEMA. You fix it yourself.
Congressman Brad Sherman, who represents the Palisades, was quick to push back.
Mr. President, you can't have Rhode Island maintain a staff of thousands and thousands of people waiting to see if they have a disaster.
Discussions of disbanding FEMA comes as California waits to see how Congress will respond to Governor Gavin Newsom's $40 billion wildfire relief ask, nearly $17 billion of which is slated for FEMA assistance. It's still unclear how getting rid of the agency could impact recovery efforts. We reached out to the White House for comment, but did not hear back. A bipartisan effort by two Florida congressmen, Byron Donalds and Jared Moskowitz, encourages reshaping the agency rather than doing away with it.
My advice to the White House has been that FEMA should be a direct report agency to the president. And it's just Homeland is just a bureaucratic mess. And when disaster strikes, people need quick responses.
The bill, known as the FEMA Independence Act, would remove FEMA from under Homeland Security Secretary Noem's purview and make it an independent agency as it was before 9/11.
Congress ultimately should act at reforming FEMA, saving it and reforming it. A lot of talk around here about eliminating agencies, but there are agencies that shouldn't be eliminated but could be reformed. And if they do it right, it could be bipartisan.
Right now, the future of FEMA under the Trump administration remains unclear. Getting rid of any federal agency requires an act of Congress, but the administration has been quick to slim down other agencies that it sees as a waste of federal funds. In Washington, Cassie Simeon, Spectrum News.